Welcome back to the new professional StarCraft 2 on the new patch, end of year 2022. The patch that ruins everything. If you haven't yet watched my video, now's the time after you like and subscribe. But let me first introduce probably the best stress tester of many things. It is Dark. Nope. Dark. You know what? Spoilers. You're not going to be surprised to see on the other side. It's Micro Jackson. It's ByuN's. If anyone is going to be testing this new patch, the newest ESL Cup was held on the proposed public test realm patch here. So this is really our first top tier look, money on the line, of what the new meta could be. And I can't think of two better players to test it out. Let's highlight some of the changes. Let's start with Zerg, which got some pretty significant ones. So Zerg, creep from hatcheries and vision from hatcheries. It spreads faster, and you have more vision. This mostly affects early pulls, but a side effect is being a little easier to see bunkers after. Well, it doesn't really matter for bunkers because bunkers can't be built on creep. It only really affects the edge of the creep here. Nothing changed for Reapers. Yes, ByuN's doing a Reaper build. He's been doing this lately. Every once in a while, he gets nostalgic for Reaper builds. I don't think Dark's going to take critical damage. Anything surrounding Reapers? The only thing that could really affect it is the cooldown on creep tumors. So the amount of time before you can spread the creep tumors increased by a couple seconds. That might not sound like a lot, because it's not, but it does add up over time. It's a little bit harder to get your creep out there, and also creep tumors have slightly less vision. It's down to, let's go to the dark cam here. Down to 10 vision. 10 vision, which is slightly less than the amount the creep spreads, which is about 10-ish range. It's a little bit spotty on the edges there, as you know. So before, it was 11 vision range, which actually meant you could see slightly past the edge of the creep. And even pro players like ByuN's would sometimes skirt the edge of the creep and get spotted. And that contributed a lot to that feeling of Zerg players just being able to see whatever you were doing at any time, anywhere. And now ByuN's, I don't think really cares about that, but it definitely does hamper that ability. So, other changes. Hydra speed upgrade is better. Hydra, it's about 25% better. Ultra's got the diet buff. Well, they've slimmed down. They're smaller, which means they're going to be able to fit in those tight spaces a little better. They're less intimidating, but they're more likely to actually get their attacks off. And that's pretty much the extent of the relevant stuff there. On the other side, for Terrans, nerfed into the ground. Yes. What do I mean? Ghosts now have 13 range on snipe as opposed to 20, which means if units immediately turn away from the ghost that's sniping them and they're on creep, they may escape. Also, EMP, no longer you can upgrade. The radius is increased to start, but you can no longer upgrade it to 2 radius. It's now 1.75 base. So, Ghost out of the box a little bit better with EMP. I'm sure Protoss players will love it. But otherwise, the Raven is cheaper. It builds faster, but auto turrets cost 75 energy. So, less auto turrets in general. A little easier to kill creep. What are you doing? Okay, so, you know, Marines, no changes. SCVs, no changes. ByuN's, no changes. Here's ByuN's. He's got a bunch of SCVs, except it's not even all his SCVs. He just brought the boys. They got a combat shield finishes mid-fight, gets that little HP boost. The SCVs seem like they were just enough to allow the Marines to stim in. The Zerglings, there's no banelings here. Well, I wasn't even done describing the changes, ByuN's. Is he just gonna win with Marines? Oh my god. Wow, the timing on Combat Shield. The amount of SCVs he brought. ByuN's looking to get Marines nerfed, which has literally never happened. Marines have gotten no changes besides Stim Pack being slightly quicker some patches ago. So, he's like, look at me! Only Marine bottom battle! Literally only Marines. That's it. SCVs and Marines. But no matter what. Marines, okay? The Queens, Marines, drones, Marines, Zerglings. Believe it or not. Marines. Spine Crawler? You guessed it. Marines. Dark? Marines. Well, that was disgusting. And an incredibly ByuN start to this series. ByuN says, I reject your changes and substitute Marines. And now here we are. I'm not sure exactly. Dark clearly did not expect the SCVs. I think he had enough units if the SCVs didn't show up. But the boys, and he pulled like 10 of them. He didn't pull his whole mineral lines. He pulled like 10 SCVs. Is there a method to the madness? Does he have, I swear, he's looking at it, he's like, rolls a D20, 10 SCVs, that's the number. All right, I got him. Oh my God. So, what we saw showcased there was nothing. I guess maybe a little bit of the creeps not spreading as far, but not really though. That was just ByuN. Contrary to whatever well thought out thesis in the patch notes comments belief, I think with the new patch, especially in Terran versus Zerg, much of the game up to nearly 200 supply will remain unchanged. Hydras are still not a very popular unit, not because they're too slow, but because they're too expensive a lot of the time. Like, you do eventually want lurkers, but oh my God, Dark has a serious toilet break. No, someone out. Okay. What is this shit? Well, we missed out on some very important build orders here, watching in the future, but it appears ByuN is going to go with the... By the way, this is a rematch of the best series I've ever watched in person. The 2016 WCS Finals, before ByuN got Reaper's nerfed the second time. Some of the most epic games, especially the game on King Sejong Station, possibly up until ByuN versus Serral just a few weeks ago. Notice a trend? I mean, the gameplay would look very dated now, even though it was Legacy of the Void 6 years ago. But that was quite a time at BlizzCon. So, and ByuN did end up winning dramatically in that series. We'll see if he can repeat that performance. Well, he's done it many times since then. And Dark has avenged himself as well. Is that a bunker in the front? I love how he doesn't care. Like, there's no such thing as common sense. There's just ByuNstinct. That doesn't sound great. It's like instinct, but with... You know what? Working title. As ByuN decides he can hold this, but he wants that bunker out where he can actually micro and potentially... Well, he's put a Marauder in the bunker. He managed to get a tech lab. He's bought a lot of time here. Concussive shells on the way for the one Marauder. But the bunker, you can get surface area. He could actually move the SCVs all around the bunker. It's a wide open bunker here, which against Zerglings is bad, but against exactly this, loses one SCV, does lose the bunker. Okay, he's not perfect. He underestimated the commitment from Dark, or just wasn't able to hold. Now Dark busting down the depot. Few SCVs pulled, down goes another Reaper. Well, Dark is just bashing down the door. He's just gonna kill the Rex, which does solve the problem of Marines and Marauders. Like, if you just... the Marauder does pop out. This rarely do you see someone just outright killing the barracks, but here we are. The boys, more boys are pulled. He's still got 2 Marauders with concussive. The micro battle continues. My God. ByuN will hold. And Dark, why is there an OV here? He probably brought it along looking for high ground vision, but ended up not needing it. And it's going to cost him. An OV at this stage is pretty expensive. He only has, there's only 4 more. So ByuN holds. But I was going to say at what cost. But look at the worker count. Actually, by the way, an important change I neglected to mention is Ravagers build about 3 seconds slower. So imagine Dark had hit 3 seconds faster. Would it have made a difference? I mean, it's already not going incredible for him. That wouldn't have hurt. Yeah, like that 3 seconds. Yeah, well. It makes these Ravager all-ins just a little bit less potent. And a little bit less potent. Honestly, that last Marauder probably wouldn't have gotten out of the Rex. Though, ByuN just walked, Dark is still going, by the way. I'm making all this meta commentary, but guess what? Dark is coming back for more. He has no follow-up to this. He's at 17 drones. That's not a... That's enough drones. Okay? It's enough drones to win. But the continuing thought was that's not enough drones to macro it out. Dark bashes through with the Ravagers. ByuN gets a little greedy. And it appears the Ravager timings are still going to punish the greedy Terrans. Well enough for now. All tied up 1-1 going into Data C, the macro map. Such as we call it when we're filling time for several minutes at the beginning of the game because it's the macro map. So, all right, I think we're gonna get a moment to chill here, to slow down. Me partially hoping Dark sends out a drone for a proxy hatch, so I don't have to do exactly that, but what? Ah! Well, ask and you shall receive. Oh, I swear, I was paying no attention. I was zoning out. I was totally ready to go into filler mode. Like and subscribe. I was leading up to that. I was putting together a whole bit, but here we are. Dark has decided no. ByuN has decided we're not walled up. Yeah, he does this. Is it worth it? Well, Scarlett did this to ByuN on the same map. ByuN had the same build, the same no Reaper. Well, the Reaper directly across the map. This is a Roach all-in, right? Yeah. And the game actually ended up going into Scarlett's favor, I believe, but it was not nearly as decisive as it could have been as ByuN's SCV control, which doesn't even sound like a real thing, but apparently so. He's just not scouting. The scout is going to be the moment the Roaches, or at least Zerglings, show up. Or, of course, the Reaper scouts no hatchery, but that's not going to give everything away. I do love, unlike Scarlett, Dark just built it at the base. He's going to mine from here at some point. He very well might. Builds 2 lings. Bunker starts. ByuN looks like he's going to try to hold the base. Nope, cancels the command center. Gets a bad feeling. Oh, he gets in and he sees the Roach Warren is what happens. He knows what's going on. Oh, he's going to lose the Reaper? No. He knows. The Roach Warren, it's a pretty big giveaway that there will be roaches. I'm very good at this, all right? I'm very good at the commentaries. Thank you for watching. Ah, yes. 3 seconds extra on those Ravagers means that ByuN will have plenty of time to... he's gonna have, like, 1 more Marine. Well, here we go. And so it begins. The siege. Gonna need more SCVs. The positioning on the Overlord is perfect here. Not at any risk of dying. Enough to get the corrosive bows slightly by where they can clip the SCVs. Breaks down the bunker. Or the depot, rather. The bunker's still intact. Well, Dark continues the siege. Whoop, a little far forward. I think that one will finish it. Yep, a Cyclone, though. Oh, it goes for the OV. I don't know about that one. If he gets the OV, obviously the attack stops, but getting the OV is optimistic. Nope. Slides that Ravager back with the maneuverability of a sumo wrestler. Surprisingly agile when given space. They are kind of fast for their gangliness, the Ravager. Not as fast as Cyclones, though. Or sumo wrestlers, really. Either one. Both work. That's the beauty of my profound analogies. Is they're always so accurate. Like a Cyclone locked onto an Overlord. Doesn't miss. Alright. Overlords don't die, they just go out of range. Well, this is a bit awkward. Dark starts the creep. Oh, whoa, whoa, okay. Wow, he got the Cyclone out. He just slid right by, got back up the ramp, gets repaired. The tank moving a little closer, doesn't want to risk the corrosive biles machine gunning it down. We still got the Reaper lived this whole time, right up until Zergling speed kicked in. Dark, not wanting to step off the creep. There's a Spore Crawler as well. Oh, the creep tumor. He wants that tumor. Yep, Oncologist ByuN added again. And it's not like there's a ton of energy for tumors here. But already blocking the base. So the contain begins. Well, the contain continues. The contain reload. The siege tanks betrayal! ByuN is siege tanks and they're overzealous. Dark sends in 2 lings. The friendly fire kills the Cyclone. Beautifully done there. Some minimalist play out of Dark. Knowing Terran units are the best killers of Terran. Okay, well. So Dark has no... He knows the tanks are there, obviously. He doesn't know exactly how many. He can do... He can take some very educated guesses, though. Dark is still a few Ravagers at the back. Enough to kill a tank, potentially. If he gets all 3 shots at the same time, the SCVs can't repair. Overlord speed. Ooh, nobody! He botched it! He botched it! Oh, and that means the SCVs can repair. The Ravagers couldn't slip through those. Oh my god, there it goes. Yep. Oh, another one! Whoa. The cameraman not getting paid enough for this. Oh, this is not gonna work. Oh my god. Wow, this is a total disaster for Dark. Oh my. Yeah, well, that was a bungling. He bungled it. He ByuNgled it. No, I tried. I didn't think it through. Dark is just mining from his 3rd because that's how Dark do. Not for long though. Thank you, Pig, for the raid. I think Pig already had some prior knowledge of this one. Yeah, really testing out the new changes. Dark is very adamant about testing out the new Ravager build time. And he's really testing it. Okay? He's trying to get every single instance of Ravager build time being relevant. And that's about it so far. Past that, Well, going to game 4. Stargazers. We'll see if Dark decides to build a lair. So far, he hasn't made it to a lair. Game 4. We're kind of speed running this series. And again, not the rarest thing. For these, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, of course. Oh. 2 racks, middle of the map. Match point. The most predictable. At the same time, Dark is going gas first in the pool. So on paper, which remember, we don't play this game. This is not a tabletop. Desktop, maybe. We don't play on paper. But, oh god, here's the thing. The hubris of these barracks. You don't scout, it's so dumb that it's smart again. Which is just ByuN in a nutshell. Like, they're not even that close to the base. They're on the most obvious scout path. So therefore, they never get scouted. As Dark is scouring the map, we'll have no overlord and no vision. Ah. Well, he knows now. The bunker's gonna finish. The awkward part of this is when you don't go hatch first, you actually don't have vision of the low ground unless you build lings immediately or have an overlord there. So because he went for pool first, it actually leaves ByuN less prepared for this attack. And now here we are. Now there's 2 bunkers, and all he has is Zergling speed on the way. Which is, not ideal. For 12 years, Zerg players have tried to figure out the best response to a proxy Rex 2 Regs Terran. And most of the best responses have come down to don't let them get the bunkers up. When it's scouted, almost always you'll see drones pulled. Even if it seems somewhat desperate, in an attempt to stop exactly what we're watching from happening. You know he could just take the back base. Is he that confident that Dark won't just sit at the back base? He could float a Rax over there or something, I guess, but, like, come on. This is, I'm gonna give an official wag of the finger to ByuN on this one. Come on. Have some respect. ByuN has been doing the same things for a decade, and apparently they just keep working. I don't know, like, this is kind of a horrible spot for Dark. You can break out with Ravagers, maybe, but it's gonna take so long, we're gonna have to be constantly asking at what cost, as ByuN is just setting up all his add-ons. Well, those Ravagers took 3 more seconds to build, which really devastates this whole defense. No! The Ravagers were not remotely in time to deal with this. He's gonna break through. Right, they would not have been, just to be clear. In fact, if Dark had just gone hatch first, he would have had a little more creep to deal with the bunkers. But he didn't. He was going pool first, and now here we are. ByuN has 6 unupgraded Marines, so Dark is debating a quick GG. Thankfully, he does have a few Zerglings to deal with it. And what else do we have? Now this is just incredibly awkward. Dark has 17 drones yet again. But Overlord eventually will saunter its way in to give some high ground vision. There is a siege tank. You know, this... That's a double depot right there. You know what? I think just going for that might be worth it. The siege tank is revealed. ByuN, very conservative siege tank placement there. Not taking any risks with it. Like, he does not want the Ravagers to be able to take it down, but he loses 2 depots. Well, 3 depots. If you count, I don't know if you count the double depot. I think you count it as 2 depots. Technically, it's 1, but it's worth 2, so that counts. Ravagers bashing through a bunker. There's just 1 tank, but the Marine count is still enough. Dark is building drones behind this. Like, that's gonna be the strat. I don't know about that. Like, ByuN has 32 SCVs. Once again, we're testing that Ravager build time at length, but this is not a great feeling as Zerg. Oh, you disgusting Terran. ByuN is... I think I can say this with expert confidence. He is the worst. Okay? Just the worst. This is why people hate playing Zerg. Because of people like ByuN. Over here building an edgy bay at the 3rd. Dark's like, I'll take a 3rd. ByuN's like, let me just upgrade my +1 real quick. And guess what? Dark, I bet, is going to go to the gold now. But guess what's there? Already at SCV. I was thinking it. ByuN was thinking it. Dark is not thinking it yet. He lets the edgy bay finish, which is going to cost him like 94 minerals he could have gotten on a cancel. But think of the mental damage he's done. You can't put a price on that, but if I had to put a price on that, it'd be about 208 minerals. Give or take. Okay, well, here we are. ByuN at 40 SCVs. Dark at significantly less workers. Dark has come back from tight spots before. In fact, I don't think any Zerg is quite as accomplished at low economy comebacks. But this is a tall order. Ooh, especially with that 3rd base delayed. Just the larva is the struggle now. Ugh. The SCV, oh come on. ByuN, very... Dark, the only game Dark won was with a continually and overwhelmingly committed Roach all-in. Well, Ravager all-in, really. Just right when ByuN thought it was macro time, Dark swings in with half a dozen more Ravagers. So that's what I think we're seeing here. Is I'm not taking any chances. The medevacs are out, which means the nightmare begins. ByuN picks up. And what does Dark have? He has 3 Roaches, 3 Ravagers, 3 Queens. Which is about 1/3 as many units as you need to deal with 2 medevacs of Stim Marines. Well, let's see how much ByuN can get done. There's a lot of creep tumors to deal with. If he can stop him from actually dropping out of the medevacs and intercept as they drop. Dark, just gonna let him go to the edge of the creep here. He's scraped out. Is he gonna go Swarm Host or like Infester or something? Or just, I don't know. But he's got an infestation pit on the way. He's got to try something. Quick Hive. He knows it's Marine. Yeah, Infestors. All right. The Desperation Festers. You need some sort of force multiplier here. Otherwise, you're going to get picked apart by the drops. ByuN going to make you into the Laffy Taffy Zerg. With this many medevacs. The Roach Ravager is barely enough on its own, even against the uncombat shielded Marines. The beachhead base here. Great back base for Terran. A liability for Zerg. Well, there's still enough Roach Ravager here, and the Corrosive Biles will discourage the Medivacs from any further activities. The Medivacs will say, okay, okay, and then drop out the Marines about 4 feet away. Burrow on the way. Yeah, it's desperation infestors. That's dark strat. 4 roaches. Is there enough for a fungal? He's 3 energy off, and I believe the infestors were revealed. Yeah, ByuN comes back in for a peek. Because what are you gonna do? I guess he could have fungled the Medivacs, and then what? Try to hit the Corrosive Biles, maybe? This isn't your grandfather's fungal growth, okay? No, not that one. Not the one he goes to the podiatrist for. The old with the... Don't be gross. Anyway. Well, ByuN boosts. Not sure where he's going yet. He's just chilly, boosted into the dead space between the bases, waiting for his opportunity. The tank. Okay, we're gonna take push across the entire map. That's quite a tank spread. Not taking any chances with these infestors here, but if you divide your army too much, it can be conquered. And that's what Dark is trying to encourage right now. Patrolling the Medivacs. Just making sure they don't get caught. Hive on the way. Dark. 65 drones, more than enough for him. ByuN is playing incredibly careful here. A Hydralisk Den. We may actually see anything but the Ravager changes become relevant. I guess creep a little, but... Medivacs heading up north. There's enough Roachling to shut it down for now. 2-2 on the way for both sides. The ByuN definite advantage there. Does he have mech? He's going for mech armor. Alright, the infestor count is high enough to really be a danger here. But the tanks are the same. The double drop finds another angle. ByuN is not presenting a large enough target for Dark to actually throw fungals at. A bit sloppy here, loses most of the units. Another drop in the main, gonna be cleaned up. Hive is done. In fact, it's gonna be directly cleaned up, but caught between a rock and a hard place, those infestors. Good luck getting around there. The tank's already shelling over the top. Both extractors vulnerable. Dark. More Ravagers looking to collapse on the entire army. 2-2, 10 seconds out. I think that's what we're waiting for here. All right. Fungal does the follow-up. Decent hits to start. 2-2. Well, Carapace, no time to waste. So many Zerglings on the back line. ByuN, not the targeting he needed. More fungals. Sprays and prays with the Corrosive Biles, but all he hits are his own units. Not ideal. Well, Dark lives. ByuN unable to break him. And that means Dark is getting the Lurker Den. Widowmine diffused for now. I'll be careful with it. Still, the Infestor's intact. ByuN gonna come back around for another pass. He's got the same army, but more. Oh my god, that's so many Marauders. He's got 31 Marauders to 22 Marines. It's just a Marauder army. Well, the Marauders are just chunking through everything. Zerglings need to be added in. Lurkers could be incredibly helpful, but they're a long way off as there's not even a single Hydralisk with which to morph them. Widowmine's trying. Dark is... Oh, well, ByuN picks up. And he heads to the south. He's just trying to split things up here. Not going to give Dark the opportunity to land those money fungals again. 6 Hydras on the way. Dark doing his best at what he's best at, which is not dying. Still holding on to enough Roach Ravager to be a threat. Ravagers picking off Widow Mines for now. Handful of Zerglings. Trying to absorb some of those Marauder shots. The Bio army over to the left flank. Is there any vision here? I think he spotted some of it. Lurkers on the way. Some Ravager Ling on the way down. The Bio army coming up. Still some fungal opportunities. Dark holding on to it. The base just died. The base is dead. It's dead. He dropped the base there. Okay, so he just killed the hatchery. Dark is actually ahead on supply somehow. He's got a Nidus on the way. There are ghosts in production. Those ghosts, the snipe, not going to be able to shoot all the units in the back like they're used to. But still, lurkers can't escape. Burrowed lurkers cannot escape from the ghost snipes. Even if you pick them up, they will not get away. That is a science fact. Hydras, Ravagers on creep, maybe? Well, are there scans? So the lurkers are revealed. Well, I don't... Oh, EMP. The infestors have no energy. The lurkers are trying. Well, the EMP landed. The base radius is increased, so... but we'll call that a nerf. For the Terrans out there who think that having 16 ghosts with slightly less radius is more important than having 5 ghosts with slightly more radius, that's definitely a nerf. For everyone else, it's a buff. Well, Dark is not dead. Dark's still ahead on supply. Well, he's not behind, which feels like a win. Beyond just he's got his Ghost Marauder army. Marines have almost been cut completely out of the equation. Snipes on the lurkers, down it goes. Hydras gonna try to fight, but ghosts aren't bad against Hydras straight up. Bio army, this one gonna have some trouble, especially with the Widow Mine potentially. Snipes. Bio, that one getting sliced up. A couple Hydras survive in the main. It does feel like... What is the win condition for Dark? Well, he's about to show us. He built a Nidus, right? Yeah. He's gonna try to get into the base. ByuN did not lift his main. He just built another command center here. A quadra drop into the main. He's just gonna keep working the angle. What is there to defend? Couple lurkers, some hydras. Was this spotted, or does he just know it's coming? All right, starts the snipes on the eggs there. A few more snipes on the lurkers. The bio army will just stim through. Nidus at the back. But will Dark even have enough to put in the Nidus and deal with this? That's the question at the end of the day. That ByuN, he's reacting, but it's too late. Some units will get out. The most important and dangerous ones. The lurkers actually escape. Well, the engineering bays are there, but their work is already done, besides like high-sec auto-tracking. Oh, infestors can fungal. Couple fungals. Interrupts the snipes. The bio army coming through. Snipe. Oh, well. Well. Yeah, well. You killed 14 SCVs. So that was something. ByuN picks up. Not that 14 SCVs. ByuN supply dips a bit. And Dark manages... This bought him some space for another base. A key part here. Dark just keeps not dying. His supply is still intact. ByuN can't actually lose these armies anymore. He hasn't managed to keep up nearly enough income. I don't know how Dark does it, but he's kept ByuN on the ropes. Despite it feeling like ByuN is all over him all the... Well... That certainly doesn't help. Yeah, well... Unfortunately, the snipe nerf doesn't affect burrowed lurkers very much, since they are, and this is true, burrowed lurkers. Oh, those ghosts cloak. Is he actually just fighting? He's just fighting. There's no detection. Oh my god. There's just cloak ghosts in there. Oh, he's just winning the fight. Oh my god. Meanwhile, some more snipes. Oh my. Well, alright. Well. At least, well, we got to see some more dramatic action there. We got to see a little bit more on the field. Dark, with his trademark slippery defenses. Sure, working title. But ByuN just keeps the pressure on, and eventually Dark cracks yet again. Yeah, I mean, it isn't the first time we've seen this result. I don't think it'll be the last. ByuN adapting, and by adapting, I mean it seems like he's doing exactly the same thing he was doing before. So, we'll see as it develops. What do you think? Maybe check out this video up here. Not this one. Maybe on the patch notes. So that way you can find something to complain about. Which is what this is all about. And also making your day a little bit better. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.